All right. Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome
Indeed.
back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. We have Ryan G
Mm,
over there, Pops
I
V.
see.
And yeah, today we're going to be speaking about humiliation rituals. We're both back from Sedona, very jet lagged, very in our own
Oh,
energies again,
him more than me,
recalibrating.
by the way, because after
Yeah.
this, Uncle Makara is going straight to bed.
Yeah, I feel very tired.
Me, I'm just
Um,
heading back to work. But
Irregardless, let's talk about this, man. This is a very interesting topic. And
um, interesting in a conceptual sense. I am totally not interested or invested in these people. I will never. Oh, my this is gone. I will never send energy to these people. This is insanity. We're of
mm,
course talking about these humiliation rituals. And within a week, or I would even say almost the same day, we
yeah,
have Mr. Tate and Mr. Paul who have both fountain people.
right.
I have seen the memes on Instagram, and I'm very amused by, someone's jaw being broken and almost the meme quality of it all. So imagine my surprise when I also found out that not long after Mr. Tate had his fight, and looking at the analysis that has been done between those two fights, it follows a very similar pattern of them all grabbing legs and going on the impressive vision mode pretty much. And then it just makes me wonder, why now?
Mm,
Why now?
yeah.
Why these men?
Yeah, there's a lot of weaponization, I think is the word, because these words that we see, they aren't memes to me. They're binding phrases, right?
Okay.
They're like mimetic glyphs uh used to bypass the neocortex and write it directly to our limbic brain, right? So escape the matrix, top G, Logan Paul's my brother. All these things, they're little memes, little codes that they use to move us. Now, it's important for us to get that and understand it so that we can transcend above it.
Uh-huh.
But it seems that dying symbolically or publicly is a part of an initiate's descent, right? It's the similar in alchemy processes, but now they're actually
Right.
publicly humiliating, right? So it's a public ritual in a
Right,
sense
which is more
because it's
powerful,
based
right?
on people's eyes. Yeah, the
Right.
people perceiving it. So,
So
yeah.
let's say the next is if we're allowed to notice and have this public. So well, conceptually, the only reason someone would do this is to gain something bigger in the end of this ride, which
Mm.
can only mean Mr. Paul is trying to transcend this boxing thing. Is that correct?
Maybe it's not particularly rating strong,
Okay.
but yeah, it's definitely a perception game. It's all a perception game.
It's all
So
perception.
if you notice, Tate's logo is a white knight. Now, why would a man who represents the red pill choose the very symbol that is anti-red pill, the white knight?
Why would he not
Uh,
choose the White King?
right. Um, and also the knight moves in L's, right? And losses. So, and it's
Uh-huh.
hopping over other players, right? Meaning that it's bypassing certain individuals, right? Of
Mm.
course, these are all metaphors, but again, he definitely has the receipts that he's done magic before. He's done some kind of esoteric thing before because rage, nihilism, suppressed desire, all these kinds of things are not neutral forces. I think Ryan's frozen right now for me at least.
Sure.
Um, okay, are you back? Hello, are you back? Okay,
I'm back.
all right,
Okay, I need to get my Wi-Fi fixed at some point, man.
yeah,
Anyway, the point is, these rituals are an investment of sorts. What this investment entails, we don't know. We just know in certain circles, humiliation is just Sunday morning, you know?
Yeah.
It's just Sunday
And
morning for them. It's part of the course.
and I think also like power without any love sterilizes your sovereignty in a certain way. And um it seems that the masculinity without the heart-centeredness radicalizes men, right? It doesn't liberate, it doesn't set them free. That's a code that I've been at least understanding in this all the spectacle. It's like spectacle over
Mhm.
actual sovereignty and results, which is
Right.
interesting. It's all a
Isn't it just
performance. It's
Aramaic?
dip. Yeah, definitely Aramonic, and the
Aramaic,
thing
right.
about Aramaic is the language Jesus spoke.
Well,
So there's two
sorry,
different
guys.
things. Two different
Whoops.
things.
My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely Aramonic or rigid in its nature, and um it confirms a lot of our suspicions actually about these
Would
things
that
and what's
also
happening.
explain my dislike of a particular religion, the one that I have in my head right now?
Yes,
Aha.
it makes
Makes
sense because the thing about it is it's not the religion itself, but it's the indoctrination behind it
yes,
that has the
yes.
power. And the thing to notice with this, I think, is magic is not what people think it is. Magic can also be attention, rhythm, breath, posture, belief, these types of things, things that move human
Frequency,
behavior. Yeah. Um,
influence, yeah.
and wasn't he also a master of like Wudang?
I don't know
Uh,
that part.
yeah, so that takes a lot of psychic pressure and dominance to be able to fight in
I
that
mean, even
style.
Qigong,
And
right? Because it's like
yeah,
moving your own energies, like subtle
right,
energies.
right. And
Mm.
if you compare Tate's look to Anton LaVey, right? The
Very similar.
various
Yes.
right, shaved head, beard or goatee, upright
Well,
posture, right? Stillness before speech. Like all of those codes seem to be reflected. Now, why is that? Is he trying to posture himself as, you know, primal masculine, the beast, right? Um, but it's not a somatic authority. He's not embodied when he's doing that. He's kind of just restrained, it seems, or reserved in his own nature. Being a diplomat or a bureaucrat, you need that moderation sense. And it seems right after he got arrested, something in him shifted. I don't know if you noticed this, Ryan. Like, um,
I don't think anyone will be the same after being put in jail, so man.
well, yeah, but like hair grown out, beard softened, charities,
Right, I
all
did
this kind
see
of stuff.
that. Are you saying they did something to him?
No, I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is an image transmutation for sure, right? Like,
Hmm.
the altar moved from TV to TikTok because TikTok is where it's the altar that people pray to. You know, that the attention is the ritual fuel. They're all praising this red pill egregore, and then hatred feeds it even faster, right?
Right, because hatred would be like the fast food option.
Right. And so he almost predicted his own cancellation, right? In a certain way, because he knew that this was the code. So
Hmm.
it's the poisoned apple doctrine. If I tell you it's poison and you still eat it, the karma is yours,
Makes sense.
right? So it's occult ethics, but it's inverted, right? And Tate didn't invent this, neither did Jake, neither did Bonnie Blue, neither did any of these psyops, right, that we
Right.
see nowadays. Um, but why join a secret society when you can start one? So he started his own war room, right? His own vetting process, hierarchy, trials, and so forth. So it's like, and of course, we have our own secret society too, in a certain
Technically.
sense. However, it's like, how else are we supposed to share this information? Not a lot of people are ready for this kind of information, or it's even allowed to be shared. So, um, of course, there is the low. You've seen he does the yoni mudra quite a lot. Um,
The Yoni Mudra, that's what it's called.
yeah, and it's also for Shakti for vagina, right? So he's just doing vagina, vagina, vagina.
But why?
And Oh,
Why
let's
not
see what
Vajra?
let's see what Mathis wrote. Seven deadly sins and their price here. We have pride. Others get cucked, lust. Oh, interesting. Others get fat, gluttony. And yeah, truth hidden in plain sight as always. Also, Icarus is present here, but enough for me. Like they say, all is happening according to plan. Entertain to enter your brain, entrainment. Yeah.
And then insane in the membrane, right?
Yeah. Inside in the brain. Great song. Um, but yeah, the only top G is God, brother. It's not just branding, right? Because in Freemasonry, the G also means generative principle. So what
Right.
is he really saying with top G?
The top generator.
Yeah, creative fire, sexual spiritual dynamo. That's what he's saying. But the thing about it is Tate didn't find the lost world. He found the force behind it, and then he learned to circulate it. So
Mm,
um his sigil is the night, and the night moves from light to dark, these shapes on the checkerboard, right?
right.
So always in transition, never sovereign, always dangerous, always dangerous. And that's why danger and like this Jordan Peterson rhetoric was being flung, right? During this time where masculinity was kind of getting a stronghold, or at least perceived, whatever. I don't like to call it wounded or toxic masculinity. It's masculinity. Like, why do we have to give it precursors, you know?
Right.
But yeah, he didn't lie, but he told partial truths,
Yes.
right?
As
So
they always do, right.
it's like I'm gonna teach you dominance, but I'm not gonna teach you how to integrate it at all, right? It's like fuck,
Right.
like, and so a lot of men they just blindly follow as well. We have those blind devotees as well, and if that doesn't work out, I mean, if you don't complete the transmutation, the fire completes it for you. So I think his this is not a hit piece, man. This is a case study. This is a warning
Okay.
sign. And I
A
think
warning sign
that,
regarding psyops, or what do you mean?
yeah, I mean, like, what exactly is going on, right? First of all, what are these people actually doing? Number one, they're hijacking our attention or life force, right? Through the memes, through the internet. Number two, they're embodying dominance before morality,
I see.
right? So, like, warrior cults did this, draconian myths did this. Pre-axial masculinity traditions did this. They all had this like dastardly, villain arc towards polite society. So he's speaking from the reptilian brain upward, not from the heart downward, in a
Right.
sense. And using pain as an initiator, right? Beating up his fans, right?
Mm,
You seen that? Where he
I
just
did not.
spars with all of the people. Yeah, he beats them up. It's like, let's videotape all of it. Tape beating up 100 men or something, right? And
Huh.
so these initiatory cultures, they used to weaponize pain for transformation, but now he's reintroducing it in a world that forgot how to do it. It's still a little bit extreme, but you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. He's saying frequency without saying frequency, right? He's not using crystals or chanting, but he's using his eye contact.
Right.
He's using his breath. He's using his relentless self-belief, his perspicacity as a fighter, right? And so exploiting this kind of consumer mentality, he's exploiting the producer versus consumer divide, right? Because
Mm,
producers are yang, consumers are yin. So he's glorifying the producer archetype to an extreme degree, which creates an asymmetry of power.
mm.
And doesn't he have like his own sorcerer or like magician that's in the war room? I think that's a
I
thing
believe
as
you talked
well.
about it, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And the
without revealing
cobra
too much.
symbolism, right? The snake, which
Mm,
can be both you know, male and female organ symbolism. You
right.
get what I'm talking about. I don't want to get
Mm,
flagged on YouTube. I've said
Let's be
I,
cautious about
I
that.
already
Sure.
probably have said a bunch of words that don't align with YouTube's algorithm. But anyway, what I'm basically saying is you got to choose love that's rooted in strength. You know, you can't have it be
So,
image purely.
why is then the softness of love being marketed as something undesirable,
Right.
right? Because you've seen it so many times. Hmm.
Or it's just, yeah, it's made into like a funny, ridiculous thing
Right.
that we shouldn't even look at. And I think that's a part of the psyop, right? Because if men were truly heart-centered and they were leading from their love, they wouldn't worry about,
A
what
lot of the
other
things, yeah.
a lot of these things, a lot of these factors, they're all anxieties like, oh, another someone better can come along, right? With the or oh, someone might make more money than me. It's all this competition driven mindset, right?
Right.
Um, rather than this collaborative mindset. But yeah, I
Exactly.
like what Mathis was saying about the seven deadly sins because I think it definitely um plays into this. And he's saying something right now about symbolic lessons and also pendulum swing, choosing between being in Romania, which is full of vampires and witches, which is interesting. Yeah, wasn't his like assistant like a witch or something? His anyway, understand the currents of energy, all just loose harvesting in some way. Good breakdown. Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, so whether his dad's in the CIA or whether it's Satan or whether it's this symbolism, none of it matters if you don't hand over your attention to it, right? So this is why we didn't put him in the title or whatever. We just don't, we don't want that smoke. But what we are saying is just be cautious about certain influencers or leaders that you see suddenly rise out of the blue, right? And start to take control and rent space in your mind, right? Why are they
Mm.
renting so much space in our minds? It's like, you know,
Mm. Mm.
is it really like he's playing into that like fantasy of like the Dan Bilzerian fantasy type thing? That is he playing off of that, or is there something else happening? You know, um, and
Wow.
again, we can get caught in so many conspiracy shadows and stuff like this, but I think it's important to at least talk about this and share some interesting ideas. Let's just check YouTube.
Mhm.
Hey there, Ellie. All right. We got two people watching. All right. So anything coming up for you, Ryan? How much time do we have?
Less than 10 minutes.
Damn. Okay.
Ah, well, oh well, oh well. All of this leads back to our main conclusion of the Sedona trip, the Sedona immersion.
Hmm.
Power will fall through your hands if you didn't know how to wield it, and we believe part of wielding it has to do with the love from Phoenician energies, aka your heart.
Hmm.
One of the things that we managed to figure out was we were part of a complicated cycle where our attention is being ripped apart from rigid to way too woke to clearly a false light. And before even asking what his name is, you should ask, what is his master? So based on
Hmm.
that,
Yeah.
these gentlemen, what would be their obvious master? Whoever wants our attention.
Hmm. Yeah, and also most people are bleeding energy into systems that don't love them back, right?
Exactly.
And so every magician eventually meets the shadow that he outsourced as a
I see.
collector, you know.
I see.
So,
I see that.
yeah. It's dangerous. It's real magic, but magic
Uh-huh.
without completion starts to curdle you, and this is what we're seeing really. Is
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's
Oh,
it's it's super interesting that just a reality star or whatever from Too Hot to Handle, or I don't know what show he was on, Chase, when he fought Tate. Uh
okay,
and he was talking all about like I have more aura than you. I have like he was speaking in memes, and I was like,
sure.
okay, maybe he's trying to like
Posture.
convert the Gen Z's mindset, maybe, or what's the greater agenda of doing that? Like speaking in like the
Attention.
language of the youth, like
Well, you have to meet people where they're at. So if you want the kids to watch, you need to speak the language.
yeah. Yeah, join Primal Sutra or you'll be chopped and you'll be cooked.
Are we cook chats? I always
Are we
find it
cooked,
funny.
chat? Are we cooked,
Which
chat?
I have no idea. Like the first time I heard this was during grappling, and I was like, "What is the chat you're talking about? Who is chat a
Yeah.
guy?
Who's the chat? Who's W's in the chat? Like, what's going
Talk to
on?
me, Chad. Are you with us? You know,
Right,
if
right.
you're here with us, make the lights go on and off real quick.
You're right.
That
Yeah.
shit was confusing. But anyway, besides that meme, you also had the 6-7 meme. Did you want to share anything about that, Sumit?
Oh, geez, I don't even know if I'm allowed to share on that.
Are
That's
you?
a deep one.
That's what
Am
she
I
said.
allowed to? No, I'm not.
Okay, then it's like an after party thing. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys, you
yeah.
should have been on the Zoom call.
But the 6-7 meme is very interesting too because
Why? Because 7 eats 6?
well, no, it goes into the original musician's religion, and that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
Not touching it.
thank yeah. Also, oh, actually, we just had Georgie will join the last minute. Mathis says
Hello.
memes equals keys to
Mm-hmm.
subconscious. Brilliant.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Mm.
Anything else coming up, Ryan? Anything you will want to end on?
Anything that I would like to end on. Anything that is being marketed so heavily, especially events, has to be a psyop. Like what happened regarding these gentlemen. If they're clearly humiliation rituals, nothing
So
what I'll
much, yeah.
say now hasn't been said in this podcast before. I will say, be aware.
Yeah.
Be aware. Be very aware that these things exist. These things are here to fight for your attention. And I have a hunch that these men might be working for two completely different organizations that, for
Mm.
whatever reason, are putting these gentlemen through this.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is just a theory, these men are investing in this humiliation ritual for a bigger payoff later.
Right. And it has a lot to also do with Mesmer. I don't know if you know about Mesmer and like the animal magnetism stuff that he did, but basically he was like a psychologist way back in the day who had talked about like animal magnetism is the same type of thing as chi or prana or whatever, but he basically like NLP, what we know as NLP, which actually Andrew Tate's like spiritual consultant, if we can call him that,
Sure.
is basically Mesmer refined, right? Because NLP is Mesmer refined, but it's militarized and it's commercialized. So it's
Right.
basically it's mysticism wearing a lab coat. Basically, it's is what it is. Well, magic wearing a lab, not mysticism, but
Right. It's going from magic to formulas.
right, right. And
Mm.
so I
I mean, that's not
think,
a bad
yeah,
thing per se. It's just in the way that you use it.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's how you use it exactly. So are you coming from that love, or are you like distorting the original, word,
Ah, they're all
the
inverting it
logos?
anyway.
Let's take the original stuff and like let's remix it. Let's remix it again and let's remix it again, right? Until it loses its original meaning.
I mean, that's what they did with the swastika.
Mm.
It's they turned something that would represent unity to represent,
Yin, yeah.
the
And the
opposite
four
of you.
elements actually. It's
Right.
interesting because yeah, anyway, uh,
We could talk about this
we
all day.
yeah, man, it's too much. It's too
Too
much
much
for
in
one
24.
episode. But yeah, if you guys are really fascinated by this stuff, just hit the like and subscribe button.
True.
Talk to us on Telegram. We could continue the
Yes.
convos. Yeah. Hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day. May the flow be with you. Stay legendary. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, great deep dive today. Thank you.